How'd you feel out there? Often for you, you seem to like the marathon sessions, and I was kind of almost expecting this to be another tight five-setter, but a bit of a speed bump at the end, but you got through it in 3.
Yeah, definitely happy that I managed to limit my time there. It was actually a pretty tough backup. It's not often, actually, I don't know if I've ever done it, where I've played 2 best-of-5 set matches in consecutive days. And it was tricky up there, the conditions, the elements, it was not easy. There was a lot of wind. I don't know if you can see that on the television, but you can really feel it there. And it made for probably a slightly ugly-ish match for a little bit until kind of we found our groove a little bit. But really happy to, sometimes you got to just get through those ones and live to fight another day at Melbourne Park. It's pretty cool.
Probably. I mean, he's just 2 sets to love up and a break, so unless the sky turns green, you're playing Roger Federer on Friday. What did beating Roger Federer do for your life in 2018?
Well, a lot of people, I've had to talk a lot more about him than I ever thought I would. But look, Roger's obviously is a class act, and it was just one of those, the way I see it is you take a few snapshots and you have a few of those memorable moments that hopefully when you finish playing tennis, you can think back and go, that was pretty cool. And that was one of those moments, that was one of those really special nights at Arthur Ashe, a packed crowd there. And I played some really, really great tennis, and he probably didn't play his best tennis. And I managed to do something that, not many people thought I could do. So it was an awesome experience. But I do know that, that doesn't really count for anything now. It's the probably the toughest test in tennis to verse Roger Federer, who's, I think a lot of people think that he's, one of, if not the, greatest ever to play the game. So I know that I'm going to, between now and then, I'm going to have to do everything right in terms of my preparation, and I'm going to have to improve upon my performances, no doubt. He's looked in really good form. But at least I know a little bit what to expect. I've played him now a few times, and the good news is I'll go out there and you start off at 0-all, and what you can expect from me is and what my coaching team and friends and family and what they can all expect from me is that I'll go out there and give it a crack, and regardless of the score at the end of the day, I'll go out there and I'll leave it all out there. And if lightning strikes twice, I wouldn't say no to it. But look, it's what you want to do. Why you don't play sport to not want these moments. If you home slam against someone like Roger, it's pretty cool.
John, you said you might request to play on a court other than Rod to get the crowd on your side. Were you just joking, or would you seriously? Oh,
of course, but I don't think Craig will take me too serious. More so just to throw a spanner in the work for Roger, because I don't know if he's I don't know if he knows the other courts. That no, he hits on the outside ones, but he hasn't played too many. I don't know if he would have played too many matches on the outside ones. But look, I love a vocal crowd, and obviously, the matches I've played are probably 2 really special courts, Show Court 3 and Melbourne Arena. Are notorious for the crowd support you get there, and the vocal Aussies. And I'm, I very much consider myself, and I think the people who know me know that I'm just your typical Aussie bloke, and so I'm one of the people, and the people get the ground passes, and the people go to those courts. So, look, I know it's a little corporate at Rod Laver, but it's still a pretty cool court to play on.
Are you in as good a nick as New York 2018?
Going into New York, actually. Going into that slam, I was really worried. I was actually playing, I thought, pretty average tennis, and really was high stress. I pulled out 2 weeks before. I had a back problem, and I think I lost first round in Winston-Salem. So I feel as if I'm actually going in playing, in terms of my performances, this year's actually been great. 2020 so far, I've won plenty of matches, and I think that's really cool to have that little bit of momentum. But when I did play Roger, that was a round of 16 match, so I'd gone even one further round, and by that stage I'd felt really good with the conditions, and I was really feeling the ball well there. So you never really know, to be honest with you, until you walk out on court and you hit the first few balls and kind of try to settle yourself in as early as possible, because these guys are such good front runners. But you kind of try to settle yourself in as early as possible, and then you kind of start to realise, oh, okay, tonight's actually feeling pretty good, you know? So you don't really know until you go out there, but look, I'm really happy so far with how the season's gone so far. This is as good a season at the start as I've had I think I've ever had. So in that regard, I'm feeling pretty good about it.
More than a few extended rallies tonight, and you said before that the courts seem to be playing slow and the balls tend to play slow throughout this tournament. Have you sort of thought about that and how you can use that to your advantage on Friday?
Yeah, look, I think for me, I try to make things as physical as possible. You know, I've got to try to do that. That's how I play, and I've got to try to keep as good a quality as possible, because we know that Roger transitions so well. He jumps on anything short. He's so good at moving in and out of the court, you know, really quickly. So I'm going to have to keep really good quality of shot. Hopefully it's slightly heavy conditions. I prefer the slightly heavier conditions like you have up in Brizzy. Probably not too dissimilar to New York, you know, when you get those humid nights and you feel as if you can really crush the ball and they'll drop in. So, you know, I'm big on those types of conditions. We'll see. I haven't really looked at too many weather things. It was super hot, I remember, in New York. Like, I don't think we're going to get that here. Melbourne's not really been turning it on too much with the weather, has it? But, look, the balls are pretty heavy, I think. I don't think that they're pretty slow. Historically, the courts get a little quicker as they go. I don't know if I'll get a hit on Rod Laver beforehand, but I wouldn't have a clue how that court's playing. Yeah, and I doubt I'll probably get a hit. I've got some doubles tomorrow, and unless I want to stay around till 10:30 or rock up here at 7:30, I don't think I'll hit on it until I walk out and hit the first ball of the new 4-minute warm-up.
Reversing the situation, or reversing the take on 2018, what do you reckon Roger took out of that match?
Well, then he beat me in Hulla, to be honest with you. He beat me in Hulla on the grass there, where he's got a street named after him. So, and he pretty much owns that tournament, I reckon. Look, Roger. Look, I reckon I think Roger's. Look, I wouldn't know personally, but I feel as if Roger's one of his best qualities is the fact that he moves on pretty quickly, and I think he did that. And then I think he moved on pretty quickly from that, and he's put together some a pretty good kind of 12 months after. So I'm sure that he'll be confident in himself. He's got every reason to be super confident in himself. He's won umpteen Grand Slams and all that. So look, I think he'll treat it as another match, obviously, and probably even he'll probably be that much more determined to kind of nip me in the bud. Yeah.